How are you guys doing today? Don't mind my face, okay? This face is a face that looks like I don't have no makeup on, nothing. I don't think it actually do matters right now because I am excited. I am excited to go. I'm excited to go to the OBGYN. I am excited. I don't know why, but I'm excited. I'm excited to go to my OBGYN and go take out my IUD. Okay? Taking out my IUD. Now, if you don't know what an IUD is, an IUD is an intrauterine device. That's how to say that word. That's what an IUD is. Alright guys, so I'm at the doctor's office like I said, and I'm in the room, I'm in the waiting, I'm in the exam room where he's going to take out my IUD. I'm excited, like I said, and I'm doing this because he doesn't allow filming and no one is here right now. I am undressed already from just my bottom down, like right here, and I'm just... Hello beautiful people, how are you guys doing today? It is Friday. Thank God it's Friday and I'm off today, and let's just dive right in. I hope your day is going really well. I hope your day is going really nice and lovely and as great as it can be. Okay, so let's just dive right into it. So talky time. Letting business have time. Okay, so if you've actually listened to one of my video, like one or two of my video, you have probably heard me mention I have a son and I also have a husband. Okay, so I'm married. Okay, that's not even my talk today. My talk today is about IUD, okay, and birth control. Now I'm telling birth control because I was on birth control, okay, and all this information that I'm about to pass out, I'm not a doctor and I'm not a nurse. I just basically went on Google and I talked to my my OBGYN, and they kind of give me all the info. Something is in my mouth. Something is in my mouth. Anyway, so all the information I'm about to pass out today is basically something I found on Google and talking to my OB-GYN, and just what I'm going to be letting you guys know about today. So after I had my son, I was just like, this is not for me. Like, this motherhood thing is not for me. Now I love my kid, don't get me wrong, okay? So but today the talk, like I said, is about birth control. So I decided that I was going to get on birth control. Now this is my first time ever getting on birth control. Okay, prior to getting married, I was not on one because I just wasn't active. I didn't see the point. Okay, Anyway, so I decided I was going to get birth control. So I talked to my husband about it. Yeah, and we said we were going to hold on just for a little bit before we prepare myself for the next child. Okay, so we agreed on that, and I went to go get my IUD, and like 7 months after I had my son, okay, I went to my OB and I said I wanted IUD, and he gave me one. So I went home and I was in a very discomfort position. I was in so much pain, like I was cramping, like I cramped basically like for a couple of days. So I called him and I said, this is just not working, and he said to me to come over and we can check it. So I went down there, he took it out, and he said to me that when I feel like getting it back in, I can come back. So a couple of months after that, I changed my mind again, and I just went ahead and and get almost a year after that, I went back again and I got an IUD. So now, if you don't know what an IUD stands for, so an IUD stands for intrauterine device that fits inside your uterus like a T-shape. So now I got mine, okay. I asked him to give me mine. So I'm about to show you guys what an actual IUD looks like. But some of us only see it on Google, like a what do you call it, like a sample of it. You haven't actually seen what the actual one looks like. So I'm showing you guys and this is what an IUD look like, okay. This is TMI. Sorry, I'm loud, okay, and I'm talking too fast just because I'm excited to talk about this. And this is what an IUD looks like. This is mine. This is what has been inside of me for the past 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. 3 years, but Gabriel will be 3 years, okay. And it looks like this, like I said, a T-shape, and it goes right in your case. So it goes into your uterus, and this T-shape right here, these two T-shape right here, just basically just kind of go this way, and it blocks you from ovulating, it blocks you from getting pregnant, or if you're married with your husband, or if you're not, if you're single dating someone, whatever, it basically just stops you from getting pregnant. So when the sperm comes inside of you, it just comes right back down. Okay, so these has the progesterone in it that stops you from getting pregnant. High dosage of it. So the good thing is, instead of releasing this like in the high content dosage, it releases this like bit by bit for the next 5 years. So I had the Mirena put inside of me, and this supposed to be this is supposed to last me for 5 years. But anyway, I took it out like a week ago because I wanted to, we want to start trying for another baby, because the one I have now is basically outgrowing me and it's time for another one. Okay, so this is what an IUD look like. So now what I'm trying to get around this IUD thing and birth control is basically the myth, the do's and the don'ts that people rambles about when it comes to birth control. Like I said, I have never been on any form of birth control prior to getting pregnant, or prior to having my child. I've never been on anyone. But, of course, we live in a world where every time you have to educate yourself, basically, just have to educate yourself. So I went on Google, like anyone else, shout out to Google, and and I educated myself on different kind of birth control, and which makes me narrow down to the Mirena right here. Now, when I was growing up back home, I saw my mom, I'm not going to lie, I saw my mom taking the pills when I was back home, and I just didn't know what that was for, because I just didn't know what that was for until when I got to this country, come to find out that she was just on birth control. Now, the pills, for some people it works perfectly. For some people, it just doesn't work for them. It makes them gain weight. It just deforms them in a very unpleasant way. They have different kinds of birth control that you can be on. Okay, the pills, the Mirena being one of them. The shot on your arm being one of them. You get that like every 3 months, and you get to, there's another form of birth control like this that you can actually insert in your arm for the next 5 years, and they're different kinds. And I just went down with this. Now, when I talk to my friends who have had kids and start thinking about being on birth control or just doing the pull-out method, and when I tell them that I have the Mirena inside of me, they goes, oh my god, how do you feel? Like, how do you feel with that being inside of you? And I have to basically tell them, well, I don't feel anything. The only thing I felt was when I had it put in, I felt some discomfort for at least 6 months, and I spotted for good 6 months. Now, that is part of the Mirena side effect when you put it in. Some people spot for 3 months to 6 months, some just don't. I spotted for 6 months, and when I say 6 months, it wasn't like an heavy spotting for the next 6 months. It was just every a year and there for 6 months, and I didn't get my period. Now, when I started getting my period with the Mirena, it was really, 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 really light. Okay, I had months when I just didn't get anything, and I had months when I had period, and it was just as light as just a panty liner, and I'll be good. And it lasted for it will last for like 5 days, and after that, that's it, just like any normal period. So now the myth behind the IUD, like some people just, oh, I'm not getting IUD, you can just go, go to perforate to a woman, blah blah blah. You have to educate yourself, like I said. So I went on Google, like I said, and I took some information from Google, and number one, that the myth of the IUD, like if you get an IUD, is the IUD is dangerous and it can cause infections and infertility. I don't think so, unless you are doing more than one people, okay? Then you can be exposed to infection. Now, it does open your way of infection, because your uterus is basically open with the IUD inside, and going this way, so you are more prone to getting an infection. So that's why you have to be real careful. If you're not married and you're single and you're dating someone, you have to make sure the person you're dating is they've been truthful to you. Even your husband, okay? It does increases your chances of infection, because I've never had a yeast infection before. I've never had one of those smelly things before, until after I got my IUD, and I went to my OB, and he told me, he said, just the IUD, it's no big deal, but it doesn't give you infection. It does not cause this infection. It just increases your chances of getting infection because you're more open, and it doesn't even make you like some people say, it causes infertility, you just can't get pregnant anymore. That's not the truth. Now in the commercial, the IUD commercial, there's something that says sometimes it can go up or in your wound, but although uncommon, it can happen. But if it does, they're just gonna go ahead and take it out. Okay, that's just the number one myth. The second one is IUD is a big commitment, best for women who are older, married, or already with kids. I don't think so. I've got a friend who is not even married and she has the IUD. For me, the IUD is very convenient. It's very comfortable. I didn't have to be worried. I didn't have to worry about taking pills every day. And like, you know, like on a good day, sometimes I even forget to eat breakfast, or I choose not to eat breakfast on a very good day. So I just couldn't subject myself to taking pills because I'm basically going to forget and I'm gonna get pregnant. So the IUD for me was just, you know, the best idea and the best option. And the third one is getting IUD is all pain and no gain. No, that's a lie. I've got a lot of gain because I didn't get pregnant for three years, you know, prevented me from getting pregnant for 3 years. And the pain, of course, the pain was in there for when I just got it, like for the first 6 months when I got it. And what to expect after an IUD. Now let's talk about libido level. When I had the IUD inside of me, my libido level basically just just, you know, just went down. I went from being very excited to just not being excited anymore. Now if you're married, this might be a problem, but I have an understanding husband and, you know, it wasn't an issue for us. It basically, no, the reason why I'm like that is because, you know, of the IUD. And some days I had my days when I'm just, you know, yeah, like, you know, let's get it in. But anyway, my libido level went down with the IUD. So now what to expect after and the removal of IUD. Okay, I've talked about what to expect after an insertion of IUD, which is discomfort, light or heavy, or no period at all. I also have another friend who doesn't get period at all. Like, she's had it for like 2 years going through now, and she hasn't had any period. Which I had period, mine was just light, and for some people they have heavy period. So it depends on your body. Okay, so what to expect after the removal of an IUD. So for me, when I took mine out 2 weeks ago, right after I took it out, I asked the doctor, I said, what should I expect? And he told me nothing, just go ahead and make babies. I said okay. But when I got back home that very day, I started cramping. I was cramping really bad, and I just didn't know why. So I called the next day and I told them, I said I'm cramping, and they told me it's because of the IUD, that it should go away in the next couple of days. So in the next couple of days that they do told me that it was going to go away, it didn't really go away because I started bleeding. I went to sleep at night. I woke up the next morning and I was basically soaked. And I was just, when did this happen? Like, I just literally finished my period before going to, you know, remove the IUD. So they didn't tell me this. So I was basically soaked. It wasn't like a big deal. It wasn't like something that's gonna, like, you know, I wasn't scared. I know what I was into, and if anything, there's always the nearest emergency room for me to go to. So I just went ahead and cleaned up and just treated it like a normal period. So I had that for like 3 days. The first day was really heavy. The second day wasn't as bad, and the third day everything just kind of went away, and the fourth day the same thing. And the cramping, the period, you know, for a couple of days, getting pregnant. For most average couples, for the most average couples who doesn't have infertility issue, after the removal of an IUD, your chances of getting pregnant is within 6 months to 1 year for the normal average couple. So now I haven't started trying yet. Like I said, this was just like 2 weeks ago. Sorry, like a week ago. I haven't started trying, and let's see how things go. When I do started trying, let's see how fast this is going to be. Let's see how slow this is going to be. One thing I know is I'm glad that this IUD thing is out of me, because I'm just glad. I'm glad to just expand the family. But if you ask me that would I ever try an IUD again, of course I would tell you yes. I would tell you yes, just because I do not like taking pills and I'm just going to forget. Okay, so now if you think I'm able to encourage you today, guys, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Do not forget to like. Now if you see me in another video like this, it's because I filmed today twice. I filmed a makeup tutorial, and this is my second one wearing the same thing. So make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you click on the notification button and click on the bell sign button, so next time when I do drop a new video, you can get it. And do not just watch my video without subscribing. Okay, Kindly subscribe to my channel. I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.